if you think about the stereotypical real estate agent, roll up in a Mercedes, right? Like dressed to the nines. You have to speak a certain way. You have to. I just had this image, but that was also what was being taught to me in the circles that I was in. It's like, this is what it looks like, and it just didn't feel authentic to me. I felt like I had to kiss people's ass, and it just did not. It did not suit my personality.
Yeah. What is your personality?
I think to be a little bit more real, with the danger of coming across maybe slightly crass, or maybe I can occasionally rub people the wrong way.
Sure.
But I found that there is, I'm able to build trust. And when I'm being actually who I am, that's where I can establish and nurture relationships. And I don't have to pretend to be something I'm not.
Right.
I feel like real estate investing lends itself more to that than me being this like agent in a suit on a billboard.
Maybe the industry is more in line with how you're wired.
Probably.
I wouldn't say realtors are necessarily inauthentic. I'm saying for you to fit the persona
Absolutely.
of the realtor probably wasn't the best fit.
Correct. I think it's a skill set fit, and it's the way I felt at the time.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, because look, the reason I bring this up, because I've gone through the realtor route, right, as well. I mean, I'm still technically licensed.
Same here.
The things I hated the most, because you said you didn't like calling friends and family. Things I hated the most was calling Chris. Right, it's been 4 months since you bought that house with me. Hey, Chris, how you doing? How's the family? You guys have anything fun planned this summer? Right, these kinds of questions were just grating on my soul because it's so not me. I don't call anybody to ask what they get planned for the summer.
Right.
And that's what we had to do all the time. We had to do frog, right? Family, recreation, occupation, goals, or forward, family, occupation, recreation, and dreams, right? Like those are the two things that the preacher like, what would I say to them? I was like, well, talk about these 4 things. Like, I don't want to talk to them about these things.
I think you're hitting the nail on the head of the part that I felt uncomfortable with is every time I did actually care about a friend or a family, I'm thinking that they're cringing, like I have ulterior motives.
Right.
That they're thinking, well,
they didn't
Chris
trust
wants
us that we actually wanted the best for them.
Absolutely. And so it creates a dynamic of like, people are always like, what's he after?
Yeah. Is he saying this because he cares, or is he saying this because he's trying to sell me something?
Correct.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So I struggle with that as well.
Yeah.
So between that, the having to care more about people that you wouldn't normally hang out with, and then the other thing that kind of was a shocker for me was I left Intel because I was tired of having a boss. And as a realtor, everyone's your boss.
Right.
Yeah. How'd you deal with that?
Horrible. Absolutely horrible. There was one, the end, the beginning of the end, and really the end of the end was one deal that I had both sides of a transaction, and I had poured everything into this lady.
Yeah.
Everything. And her house that I was listing, it was under contract. We're going through a repair request and that negotiation. I've been looking for a house for her. We've gone to, 30 houses. I've spent a significant amount of time, probably 2 months, working with this one person. And she says, I've decided not to sell. I said, hey, is it because of the repair request? I mean, it's $1,500. It's the. I even volunteered to pay it. She said, out of principle, I'm not selling. I will not do it. I will not allow you to contribute your commission to help solve this. It was done. So I'm counting on $7-8 grand. That's going to get me through the next 2 months, and it all comes crashing down. And that was where I just felt so out of control. Like, I don't have control of this entire process. And the compounding effect of like everything that we just talked about, I was like, I'm out. I cannot do this anymore.
Yeah. If you enjoyed what you just watched, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you never miss another video.